This game looked interesting. It's medieval type, and any game that might be like Dark Souls, I will play. Mostly because it's insanely fun, and usually it ends in me feeling something special. Welcome everyone to Tainted Grail, the campaign which is not finished yet. This game is early access, but I figured let's check it out. Let's test it, you know, let's throw some effort into it.
Is dying.
See what
its barren fields provide little food, and its crumbling walls offer no protection. As the power of the guardian men here fails, the weirdness creeps ever closer. Twisting places, creatures,
has a
and even space itself. Despite this, the people of the farmhold refuse to leave.
Because it's always interesting.
Instead, Lord Yvain led 4 of their best on a desperate mission to Camelot. They promised to bring back help. They never returned. Now those left behind are growing desperate. They will try to bestow the burden of their fate on someone else. New heroes, with an even slimmer chance of success.
Coincidentally, the smaller the group, the higher the odds of them surviving. Therefore, they did us a favor by sending only 3 of us out. Now, I get the feeling that if we ever do reach Camelot, it's going to be in squander. Everyone's going to either be dead, or we're going to find them being just fine, and we'll get a huge army, and we'll take on whatever evil lies beyond the walls of Camelot. Or we'll just drop dead halfway there, who knows. Now, I can either be Bior, who has huge strength, however, he is injured, or Eli, who has a tragic past, but knows her healing herbs quite well. At the moment, they both play the same as is the thing right here, since it is early access. But I like the idea of overwhelming strength, as is the way of myself in Dark Souls.
Ford supplied the
more
southern
strength you
lands
have,
with weapons
the lower
and
the odds
armor of
dying with one
quality
hit.
comparable to arms crafted by masters of Camelot. Materials brought directly from the mines at Forlorn Swords, as well as Effie's unrivaled knowledge, made his swords and shields particularly sought after. But with quality and renown came steep prices that not every soldier could pay out of pocket. You were the happiest person on this damned island when Effie took you under his wing to teach you the basics of his craft. Now, the ruin of his house, the place where you spent countless hours hammering on the blacksmith's iron, looms at the edge of the weirdness, rotting away, a shade of its former glory. Your hand touches the key in your pocket. Every day it feels a little heavier. Every day you wonder whether you will be able to force yourself to walk through that door again. Why would you even try to save his legacy after he found you insufficient? After he lied to you? After he left you behind like a broken tool?
So this is starting to sound like the Void. I don't think that's what it's called. In Dark Souls, there's just this endless darkness that is constantly trying to swallow the world, or like just destroy everything it touches. That's what this is sounding like. With
hazy eyes and less than confident hands, you opened the door. Maybe that last ale wasn't a good idea. Maybe it was. The fact is that now you're drunk out of your mind.
And I'm in a very dangerous
But as
place.
you sit near a large workbench, you notice a piece of parchment on the floor under it. That damned letter. You've read it 1,000 times by now. You've tried to burn it 1,000 times more.
Work through the night. Requires 5 lumber. Go to sleep. I don't want to read that letter again. I get the feeling it's going to affect my psyche. I'm going to work through the night.
Drunk as you are, it's not easy to start working at the forge, but you're way past sleeping it off. Kuanact is dying, and everyone who didn't leave by now is going down with it. Hours pass, and from your drunken haze emerges a surprisingly acceptable weapon.
Yes.
It's not nearly as perfect as Effie's masterpieces, but you never expected to reach the heights of his craft. Not to mention the fact you've lost access to materials from the mines of forlorn swords. Everything you have on hand are leftovers from the good days. After you've done, you collapse from exhaustion.
Hey, a decent blacksmith can make good stuff out of an endless supply, but a great blacksmith can make really decent stuff from what scraps he can splunge together.
You wake as the sun sets.
That's right, splunge.
Usually, by this time, you'd already be on your way to the inn. You might be able to force yourself to get some work done before you leave, though. The wound in your side suddenly throbs, and you punch it in response. Pain and rage overwhelming you for a moment. Only then you notice one of the farmhold's guardians standing in front of you, his mouth agape.
Oh, neither of these are nice. First off, there's no door, so he can't knock. I guess this is the most reasonable thing.
He steps back in terror, but does not leave.
I am sorry, but it's your turn to lay an offering.
God-forsaken offering. It was not your turn today, and even if it were, you know the truth. The Menhir's protection won't last. Oblivion stretches its cold hands towards Kuanact Farmhold after claiming many other parts of Avalon.
It's not my turn.
The guard hesitates for a moment.
Tonight, he changed our ledger. You are now first on the list.
Really?
Anger seethes in you again, causing your wound to burn. The guard sees that and adds,
He's from bloody Camelot. We are not to question his methods. Please, just go and see to the offering.
Offering of what? Dude, have you seen my house? It's at the edge of death. What offering? Alright.
Time passes. Your wound throbs again, as if something was trying to rip free and join the rolling clouds of weirdness outside.
There's gotta be some sort of infection from that.
Sitting here any longer would be a torture.
The void is spreading onto my thighs. Hey, I can actually move with the WASD. That's rare in games like these. I've only ever seen this kind of movement in it's something to do with dungeon, but my memory's terrible, so odds are I'm not even gonna remember.
The local Menhir now towers above you, weathered and cracked, its ribbons flapping in the wind. The thought that this tired old thing is the only protection from pure weirdness outside of Farmhold sends shivers up your spine.
Is this protecting us, or is this just a means of, like, equal distribution? That way, you know, like, the weirdness can harvest the humans.
Menhirs, raised
Like a
by
marker.
Merlin himself in the Age of Conquest, are said to have different appetites. The one before you seems to best respond to fresh blood, and its thirst is not easy to quench.
We look for a sacrifice. Spill your own blood. I'm gonna look
The
for a
Menhir
sacrifice.
can be sated with animal blood, just as easily as with human offering. Unfortunately, livestock is now scarce and very expensive. You will need to hunt down some wild creature and drag it back to this place. The thought of chasing prey on the edge of weirdness makes you anxious. Your eyes slide past the Kuanak's prison broch. Maybe there is another, safer way to appease the men here.
Alright, I'm not slitting someone's throat and dragging his dead body over here, okay? I'm not, no. You're on your own with that idea. I got decency. Oh. I have the idea of decency. No, hello. What the heck are you? I didn't actually see the names. This is gonna be interesting. What is this? Combat. Combat in Tainted Grail is turn-based, yada yada yada. Used with cards. Remember to add items you want to use in combat. And there's slots, combat items in the inventory. Alright. I didn't really understand. Weak opponent posing no threat whatsoever. That is actually kind of sad. Stand your ground, no. The enemy is stunned. It's not stunned. May as well attack. As that's the only card I actually have that's somewhat useful. May as well use this one. Make enemies vulnerable. He's already very vulnerable. Well, that didn't do squat. I gotta end my turn. I'm out of cards. Small strikes. Wait, where's my action points? I don't see them. Oh, it's right there. All in. Get 50% damage this turn. Sure. I'm all in. Yep, he's dead. I got food and dog carcass. Yes! Malnourished, but this bloody scrap should be enough to sustain the manier. Heck yeah, you see that, guys? When you go out and slaughter a dog, things usually end well for you. It was probably in pain and at the edge of its life, so I don't really feel too bad about it. Praise dog. I'm not gonna fight another one. Town guard. For a town guard, he seems not very well equipped. If I'm being completely honest. No, but I do have a dog carcass. Here you go.
Spill the blood at the foot of the statue. The cracked stones drink greedily. You feel the menhir's power surging. Once again, the weirdness is pushed back. Once again, the land returned to Kuanak is smaller than before, barely reaching past the furthest buildings of the farmhold.
Relight the bonfire.
Bystanders disperse, and you sit down to catch your breath. Most of the people are now heading for the mead hall to raise a toast for yet another day Kuanak bought itself with blood.
It does seem nicer, actually. There's not as much, you know, death as there was once. I can't actually move. Moving in this game is actually not the easiest. Infected human. I do want to fight an infected human. That sounds like a good time. However, that being said, I don't actually need to do it, so I'm going to go around and, you know, see what I can do. Who knows, maybe I got a better weapon to equip now that I spent the entire night doing, you know, hammering away, as they say. Guys, the music seriously got some serious squash now, dude. Check it out, I made a weapon! Okay, first off, that's not a staff. That's a claymore. A very badly, you know, placed claymore, but... Let me out! Help! I can't leave! Okay, I'm good. I got stuck there, jeezums.
Sour. While relieved that the town bought some time, by now even the simplest of Kuanak's folk realize this can only go on for so long.
Curse this place. Curse the stinking breath of Tuathan. Yvain should be back with us by now. Maybe she got too comfortable in Camelot. Yvain's defense. I don't know Yvain's. But odds are, seeing as how things are constantly trying to kill you, not to mention that I have an item in my inventory that literally says allows you to travel through the weirdness without any repercussion. Get the feeling Yvain's either dead or still trying to barely hold on to life.
You walk up to them and tell them the truth. That they have no idea how it is beyond the Menhir's light. That Yvain and his group are fighting for you while you sit in the warm mead hall. That you should show them some respect.
Seeing as how most of these people are either drunk or very, very scared, I can imagine this is gonna go
You almost
well.
believe this yourself. You take a place at the edge of the hall, while people begin to talk about sending someone else to find help for Kuanacht. Many of them look toward you as they speak. You now feel stupid for drawing so much attention to yourself.
Silence!
Yeah, boy. I knew
Conversations
something
cut off immediately.
I can
The
still hear
crowd
it.
parts, and a massive figure pushes towards you. The maimed knight is here. Was he sitting in some far corner of the hall the entire time, or did he arrive just now?
Leave us alone.
Guards gently escort everyone but you outside,
Uh-oh.
ignoring the pleas of people who just started their drinks. Guards take their posts on the other side of the door and make sure no one is eavesdropping by the outside wall. You're now alone with the knight, trying not to look at the bandages covering half of his face, or to think about unsettling stories you've heard about him.
Oh, he's got stories.
We're able to talk sense into these people, to hold things together when tempers ran high. Good.
Oh no, he thinks I'm a valuable person. Listen, man, I was just... Oh no, anything I say now is just gonna sound like I'm being too humble. Oh no, I've cornered myself by being nice.
You might just be the person I was hoping to find. Someone who could handle an urgent task.
What hey man, I can handle urgent tasks. Do you need someone to... I don't know, man. Repair your house? A blacksmith, I can probably do that. You need a sword?
I kept watching you today. I needed to see how well you deal with hardships and obstacles before I tell you the truth.
Oh no, he's gonna send me outside and I'm gonna die. Man here is failing. I put my name for the offering today. You did that! You nod your head and listen. The truth that our many areas failing. At this point, I'm already screwed, so I may as well pretend to know what he's talking about.
Is he attempting to smile with the unspoiled half of his face? Or is it an angry grin?
It would seem this secret is even worse kept than I imagined. Yes. The Menhir won't last much longer. How do you know?
Dude, we keep losing ground. It's kind of easy to tell when, you know, one day you're going over to old Bertha's house and she's fine, and then the next she's a zombie. You know, it's kind of put two and two together. You get 79, and that's when you know.
A good guess then.
When Lord Yvain left me in charge of this farmhold, I thought the task was beneath me. Turned out it's quite the opposite.
Beneath you, huh?
I cannot travel outside anymore. Will you help me?
Help you what? What do you want me to help you with? There's canes for that, you know? Okay, so I've looked through all of these options and they're all bad except for this one.
We have to find a way to strengthen the Menhir and buy more time, so that Yvain may finish his quest.
More blood?
is not sufficient anymore.
Okay.
We need another source of power to lay at its feet.
Magic blood. Just outside the town, it's impossible to travel. It's not impossible to travel. I got 5 minutes of safe passage. At most, I can go out into the weirdness for 2.5 minutes. Like to not do as much. 2 minutes at most, I'd like to do, you know. Because I will need 2 minutes to walk back, but that's the most I got. I don't have another torch or those things.
The knight reaches for the satchel at his side
Yeah, no,
and
I have
hands you
that.
a couple of candles made from strange dark wax. You shudder. You never thought you'll have to use one of these foul things.
I already have one. As I said, I have like tops 2 minutes, maybe 5
Weird
now.
candles. Make every one of them count. Some more may still be bought around Kurnacht, but they get scarcer by the day.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to make smart choices. We're doomed.
And do not make a mistake of thinking that their light turns you invulnerable. If you keep peering too long into the weirdness, it is bound to look back.
Oh boy.
In days of
Where do I
old,
go?
before the purges, it was druids who took care of Minirs. The one Yvain cast out from the city may still be alive.
Well, I mean, the druids have a very interesting understanding, is what I try to say, of how this stuff works, I'd imagine. Druids often know everything that goes on in games like these. They have a second sense. A sixth sense, I guess? Not a second sense. They know what no one else does, so maybe they're still alive. But they may be able to push away the weirdness, but I don't know about all the monsters and such that maybe, you know.
You may also
chilling
ask
out.
someone who knows a thing or two about objects infused with magic. Your people speak about a witch in the woods to the west. Maybe she knows what could help our stone.
If you don't go out there, no one will. In weeks, the town will be swallowed whole. Don't wait until the weirdness is at your very doorstep.
Oh no. How many weird candles do I have now? I have 6. Alright. Oh, like 5 turns, not 5 minutes. Now the question remains, how do turns work? Do turns are like, as in, whenever you enter a fight, is that a turn? I don't know. Well, we can either go west or we can wander aimlessly in the forest in hopes of finding the druid, which I did not get a very specific. There's a lot of crazy dogs around here, and I get the feeling I'm gonna end up bumping into one. Dang it, man! It's fine. I got a better weapon now. I should be able to finish him off with 1 hit. Well, never mind. Stun a chosen enemy. Huh. Alright, I got the perfect strategy. I'm gonna stun this guy, and then this damage is actually tripled. And he's done. That's it for him. I get the feeling I'm gonna get hit. Oh! Ah! Stop it! Ah! My turn now. You're done, son. Okay. Well, maybe not. I can breathe. I'm gonna do some damage there. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this. I got shields, homeboy. You can't touch me. Oh, thank goodness he didn't do the triple attack. Small strikes! Ah! That giant claymore is beautiful. I love that thing. That is a good day for me. I'm gonna like this game. Because it does feel like Dark Souls, and I love Dark Souls-like games. It's just a good time, you know, at least for me. Most people hate Dark Souls because it's apparently too hard. They can't take it, you know? Bunch of scrubs. But me, I deeply enjoy this game, and this is going to be a good time. Unfortunately, there's only 3 hours worth of, oh. I'd have to get through this guy first. I may as well do it. I mean, you know, a half-hour episode, why not? Hopefully you guys don't mind. This game is fun. And I highly advise you guys to get it, because this is a good time. Is there... Okay, stun... Ah. No, it's to attack. Stun. I don't know if he means to attack. I think he means to wait. I think that's what this means. Oh, for special attack. Will this work then? It did not. Ah, dang it! I had a hard hit that I could have used. I'm an idiot. Ah! This attacks 3 times. If I get lucky, I might still be able to take it out. Oh, yep. I think I did it. One more. You're done. Thank goodness I went back to my hut and made that weapon. The I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the way I got the claymore was by going back to my hut and then, you know, making a weapon, which apparently was a really good idea. 5 armor until the end of turn. That sounds nice. A multi-block. Reduce target's armor by 10. That sounds useful. Ooh, a heavy hit. It's half as effective as the other one. The other one that was called Cleave did 100. So I already have a heavy hit. Pick a new card. Oh boy. It's these options, you know, these choices that make a game really freaking hard. Because you could either have money or you could actually get a new move or something, and I can never find out quickly. It always takes me a while to think. This one does damage, but it also reduces armor. That's a 10% increase to future attacks. That's good down the line, right there. Oh, come on, man, really? Alright, hold on. Okay. This would be good in groups. However, I don't know how common groups are. These are just good overall, but I can still buy them. And this is incredibly useful because it says each hit decreases enemy armor by 1. It may be 1, but that's still an increase in, you know, actual attack. So I'm gonna have to take that one because that's, you know, for the better. Hello, Druid! You're not surrounded by evil people, are ya? Oh, hey, money. Just lying around. That's good.
The small stone clocken looms in the mist. Over the years, you've heard many tales about the man who lives there. Some of them were used to scare the children of Kuanacht. Soon you notice the smoke rising slowly from the hut's chimney. A group of men set up their makeshift camp by the front door. It seems they're waiting for the druid to come out. Leader of the group looks at you from under his deep hood. His tattooed companions do not even honor you with a glance, but their unusual scars and crude clothing tell you everything. The Hill Tribe.
The Hill Tribe.
Be gone. It's your last warning.
I'm gonna try to ask and
People who
try to
are kind
coerce
enough to
my
warn
way
you
through.
before they unsheathe their swords are a rarity these days. You approach the group slowly and calmly.
Yeah, this
Wasn't I clear enough?
haven't seen the Hill Tribes this close to Kluanite before.
Think you're smart, Tony? Why would you care?
Yeah, annoyance.
You're walking onto some thin ice.
I'm gonna try to talk my way out of this, but I don't know if I
Blunt.
can.
Good.
Oh, thank
The
goodness.
hooded man slowly stands up. He's taller than anyone you've seen in your life. His group takes a step back, unconsciously.
Oh boy.
You want to help out? Fine. We're starving here. Go hunt, bring us enough food, and we'll let you talk to the warlock.
That's good. Yes, there's few humans and they're far between. I like to keep as many humans around as possible. You might not be human. I don't know. Those dark eyes tell a different story. Who knows? Maybe you're capable of surviving in the weirdness through man symbols on your body. I don't know. I'll see what I can do though. 5 food. I got food, I think. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I got food. I have 4 food. I'm just missing 1. Anyway, I was able to get food from dogs. Therefore, if I do things right, I should be capable and willing to get more food from the dogs. And I need to finish this episode right here and right now, because otherwise it's going to be too long and then you guys are going to get bored. Anyway, link to this game down in the description below. As such, as I did say prior to me starting this episode, I don't know what the hell I just said. It is early access. You can actually feel the early access in it just by the way the walking is. I don't know, it feels a bit off. I don't like it. Cleave! Well, that was quick. But that card, man, that was a one-hit kill. I should have saved it. I don't know if it transmits over to... Are you okay there, bud? You seem to be stuck. I think your pathfinding is a bit undercooked. Anyway, link to the game. I think I already said that. But I'll say it again down in the description below if you guys want to get it. Shout out to the Bean of John and Matsuvo. Link to their channels down in the description as well. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and until next time.
See you guys in the next episode.